Yeah, everybody. For all of you who are deprived of UFC action, we're back. We're back, baby. UFC Denver kicking off in about 25 minutes. As you can see, two ladies on the marquee. We'll close the show, Rose Namajunas and Tracy Cortez, as we welcome you to the People's Pre-Fight Show, getting you ready for UFC Denver. I am Mike Heck, and joining me as always, the baddest stash at MMA, the chair-swinging fool himself, Casey Leydon. How many chair swings is this card getting? Holy. I didn't think you were going to do that as much as you just did. 2? 1.5?
Yeah, that was one. That was one. That was one, right?
1.25? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it was the kickoff that.
Oh, yeah. I think yeah. It starts here. That I was going backwards, and yeah. You get one spin. You get one spin, Denver. Oh, hi, Esther.
Hey, it's better than the Apex cards that get like the 80s montage spins that you usually give it. So, well, you guys know why we're here. If you've been doing this with us for a long time, you know how this works. If you're new, drop your questions in the chat. We'll pull them up on the screen. We'll answer as many as we can. We'll make our predictions, do our bonus predictions, leading right into the first punches of the card. So, Casey, what are the peeps talking about? What do they want answered?
All right. Here we go.
Shout out to my entire family who are right here, live studio audience. This is very exciting stuff.
Hi, fam.
Yeah, everyone's waving. Yes, there they are, young and old. We're all here. We're all here. Multi-generations of Hex. It's a Tom S. Peeps, one BKFC. Both have had successful events in Colorado. How much do you think this played a role in the UFC moving this event to Denver? And how much promotional malpractice was committed in this event? I don't know if I understand the second part of the question. I would say, I think you guys know at this point that the first question is zero. There's nothing. Anybody could do anything, and the UFC is not going to be like, oh, well, one in BKFC did something in this place, so we have to go there. They truly can go anywhere they want and do it better. So,
yeah, is Denver one of those cities that pays to have the UFC come, or do they actually like going to Denver? I'm not sure.
I mean, Denver's like an important piece of history for them, is it not? Isn't that like
they had the 25th anniversary show there. That was who was that? Korean Zombie versus what was them? Yeah. That was the
yeah.
So, but this
I don't know if they pay like a site fee or anything. I just think they just got it because I remember originally when this card was being talked about, people that I had spoken to said that they were looking at Tampa for this one. This was probably like 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And then I found out Tampa was sort of off the table and we weren't really sure where they were going. And they somehow ended up in Denver. And I think a big part of that was probably Rose headlining, giving her the chance to fight at home. She's been a former champion. She's been there for a while, but I don't think they went to Denver because one in BKFC went to Denver.
Nah.
And then promotional malpractice committed in this event.
Excuse me.
You might have to elaborate on that. Is this talking about like the lack of like he doesn't think this card is great?
I mean, they sold tickets. Was it almost pretty much a sellout?
This is gonna be a sellout. This is gonna be a sellout, no doubt about it.
A sellout for I think is the main event the only ranked? Is Rose the only ranked fighter on the whole card? Not sure.
No, Jasmine Jasudavicius is ranked.
Okay, Jasmine's ranked.
And I think that's it.
Yeah. Maybe
Dober? I don't think so.
No,
but Jasmine's definitely ranked. Yeah, so I think that's it. Those are the only three fighters.
Yeah, so it's a fight night card. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It sure is.
This is what you get. This is it. This is I don't know. All right.
It's much better than next week's card, so enjoy this one.
Wait, what's next week's card? Who's the main event?
Well, look, we will like the main event. I know you would really.
Oh, okay.
Amanda Lemos versus Virna Jandiroba.
Oh, I love that main event, but I get. I know you're not stars.
But the card is.
I get, yeah. But the card itself is not okay.
The rest of the card is not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, because the UFC brass, they want to focus on the real fight on that Saturday. They know what's up.
That's
and
right.
I'll be there in Tampa.
I'm so jealous.
I'm very excited. All right, thank you much. Let me see what else we got here. Got some super chats.
Super chat. Thank you, Mason. UFC Denver, high elevation, higher betting odds. Yeah, there's some squash match betting odds in here for sure.
But I think I like that about fight nights. I think fight nights should have some squash matches. At least if it's a 10-fight card, I want to see at least 2. Just like, oh, okay, this fight is solely for someone's highlight reel, and just to secure your parlay. What's going on?
Evan Elder
are the hex out of order? What's going on?
My kid is wearing the glasses with the fake eyelashes and mustache, and he's wearing one of those neck pillows that you wear in an airplane, just randomly. It's very funny. It threw me off, distracted me. But I'm looking at the lines right now. Evan Elder minus 520 favorite against Darius Flowers. I like Evan Elder, former BTL contestant. Minus 520 is a little wild. Luana Santos minus 395 against Maria Agapova. Josh Fan minus 250 over Charles Johnson. And Gabriel Bonfim minus 355 over Angelosa. Everything else is like pretty close. I mean, there's some minus 250s, minus 245s. But those are like the biggest lines.
Yeah. Look at Tapology and Bonfim. Bonfim and Santos are the only 2 fighters where over 90% of people are picking them. So I kind of go that when you hit 90%, that's kind of a squash, I think.
Yeah.
But
the Angelosa one's a little wild to me. I understand the Agapova one because she's going through it, man.
Yeah, publicly too. Yeah, she's like let it out. But I've always liked how do you say her last name again?
Agapova.
Agapova. Yeah. I remember watching her in Invicta, but she clearly has some personal issues going on in her life. But hey, but she made it over here. She made weight, and let's see how it turns out for her. She's here.
She's fun to watch.
Yes, she is. And involved in one of the when she fought Dobson, wasn't it one of the biggest betting line upsets?
I think it was. I think it was the biggest in UFC history. Yeah.
It was wild. Yeah. All right.
Last stand. What's more shocking, Tracy via sub or KO TKO?
I mean,
pretty surprising.
I'm assuming when you say Tracy versus by KO, it would be like a standing KO, not like a club and sub. No, not club and sub, kind of a ground and pound type of submission. But if it's like a straight up standing knockout, that would by far be the most shocking, easily. I don't think remind me, has Rose been okay? Andrade slammed on her head. What am I missing? Has she lost? Has she just lost by decision? Otherwise, kind of forgetting something.
Carla submitted her.
Oh yeah, Carla submitted
it. Tough finale. That was a decade ago.
Now. So I think if Tracy to me it's Tracy Cortez for me is maybe outside of, I don't know. I think Tracy Cortez is the biggest underdog on this card. If I was picking, who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, I think Tracy Cortez has it's gonna be very tough for her to win. So anything she wins, she gets a W anyway. That is gonna be incredibly shocking. Bye.
Yeah.
So I'm still high on Rose, and Tracy Cortez come in not really late notice. She's gonna fight next week. Is that correct?
Yep. Against Miranda Maverick.
Okay, then so she's training then. But she's gonna. It's just a giant jump up in competition for Miss Cortez, who's been out. How long has she been out for?
She fought in September.
Oh, okay, September. Okay.
She's on the Sphere. She beat Jasmine Jasavicius at the Sphere, or not at the Sphere, at Noche UFC.
Okay, in September. Okay, so it's been 9 months. It's been a bit. So but yeah, if Tracy can knock out Rose, that would be wild.
What an insane ending to this card if that's how it ends.
Yeah, and think and then we have obviously just a giant new star in the 25 division. So, but I think Tracy's all her victories have been just decisions, right? In the UFC at least. Decision. Yeah, lots of decisions.
Yep.
Her last finish was in Combate Shiny Mish fought Combate actually back in 2018. So
Damn.
yeah. So any finish from Tracy would be super shocking, especially against someone like Rose. All right.
There you go, Campbell McLaren. We mentioned your organization. Can't be
Yeah.
mad at us anymore. Simple humanity. Much love, everyone. Much love to you as well.
Hey,
Love that.
I
Like the
like that.
positivity.
Yeah. Positivity and a nice coffee for you down the road.
Oh, yes. Yes. I had one this morning. Thank you, Simple Humanity. Mason again. With tonight being the sixth card with the new gloves, are we starting to gain a sense of improvement / flaws, or are more events needed? Love you guys. I never bought into the gloves are bad thing. I just think it was the matchmaking more than anything. I think if we had the old gloves, I don't think there would have been much of a statistical difference.
Yeah. As far as I know, the gloves, as long as the fighters get them well ahead of time, like a few days in a sense, excuse me, that they have time to essentially, you've heard fighters they have to bend the fingers and things like that because otherwise they kind of just naturally push your fingers out. But if you have a couple of days with the gloves, you can wrap and tape them up, and the gloves, the leather will kind of naturally curl in. Um, but yeah, I don't think. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Tough to say. I would give it. I think it needs at least 6 months before we can really start kind of using statistics in it. But cool. And one more super chat from our friend Cody. Oops.
Cody, Mike, I've heard you say bet the spread or points on fights. Can you explain this? I understand how points work in NFL or NBA games, but not MMAs. Okay. Good question. Obviously, if you watch the watch parties, I have taken the point spread bets quite a bit. So for those who are wondering, let me just find like a good example of one that I like. So if I think Rose Namajunas is just going to dominate, like if I think she's going to win 4 rounds to 1 or better or get a finish, Rose on DraftKings right now, Rose is minus 5.5 points. That's her point spread number, and it's plus 100. So basically, you're saying that if the fight goes to the scorecards, that Rose Namajunas is going to win by a combined 5.5 points. So that if you get 48-47, 48-47, 49-46, that's 5 points you lose. But if you get 49-46, 49-46, 48-47, that's 7 points you win. You know what I mean? So like I've won Ian Gary point spread bets. I lost Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa on a point spread bet because someone actually thought Paulo Costa won that fight, which is absolutely ridiculous. Or there's one ridiculous scorecard that cost me that point spread bet. So basically, that's what the spread is. If it goes to the car, and if Rose finishes Tracy, then you just win the bet. So the point spread, either you get it with the finish for that fighter, or if it goes to the cards, the combined numbers in your favor need to go over my 5.5 points, if that makes sense. So if you bet the point spread and Rose wins 48-47 across the board, you lose.
And when you say
And on
like
the flip side, Tracy Cortez is plus 5.5. So if Tracy loses the fight, but loses 48-47 on all the cards, you win because Tracy was plus 5.5 points.
and what exactly does it mean when you say like heavyweight overs and flyweight unders? That's so just a
So you're taking the over under. So limits fine. So flyweight fight. Josh Van is fighting Charles Johnson. The over under line is 2.5. So over 2.5 is minus 330. Under 2.5 is plus 240. So if you bet the under and Josh Van finishes Charles Johnson in the second round, you win. But if Josh Van finishes Charles Johnson with a minute left in the fight, you lose because it went over 2.5 rounds.
and heavyweight's always over.
Yeah, Andrei Arlovsky is the heavyweight over king. He's the best.
All right, I guess the super chats, more super chats right here.
Scatty Stormborn. Love that. Would you rather fight one Francis-sized duck or 10 duck-sized Francis? Francises?
Franks?
Franks. It's delightful. One Francis-sized duck or 10 duck-sized Francises.
Okay, so one duck that's like 6'4",
the size of Francis. Jesus Christ.
or 10 duck size, or 10 little
jacked knockout artist.
Ducks. I'll definitely go 10 duck size Franks. I'm gonna go that. Yeah, that's a big duck to fight. I don't know. I'd
be awestruck by the Francis sized duck. Like, I wouldn't be able to defend myself. I'd be like, just stunned by what I'm seeing.
Yeah, can I take a photo before we fight? Giant duck. So, but I don't know. Let me think about it. Ask us again for the post show. Ask us again. Get super chat in, and we'll have more time to think about this.
I'd love to get New York Rick's take on this. I think he's going to be there. I eat those. All right. What do you think of Sila versus Andrade matchup? Can I be Mike's VP of the Natty Ice fan club? Sure.
Ooh. Is that official?
Sure.
Natty Ice and Andrade?
I think so. I don't think the UFC's announced it, but I think it's happening. I forget which card it is, but God, I love that fight, man.
I saw on Angela Hill's Instagram how she wanted that because she called out Andrade. She wants that rematch, but I guess they gave it to Natty Ice. But no, that's a great fight.
September 7th. I love that fight. Yeah. Love it.
I wonder who they're gonna give Angela Hill. Yeah, because I thought Angela Hill and Andrade would be. I thought that the timing was good for that. A good rematch on one of the best strawweight fights we've seen, but they're going vet versus prospect rather than vet versus vet. So we'll see.
She hasn't fought Jillian Robertson yet, has she?
Ooh, Angela Hill, Jillian Robertson. That sounds fun. I like that.
I think because I know Angela does some of the shows on Sirius XM, and I think she was doing a show with Dean Thomas, and Dean called Jillian while they were on the air.
Oh, Dean was trying to make the fight right there
about it. Yeah. I like that fight. That's a good one.
That's good. That's those. I think Natty Ice is kind of she's at that point where we now she's ready for that leap in competition. So here it goes. If that fight's gonna be made,
she's 20. She's 27. Go for it. Let's take a shot.
Yeah. It feels
she
right.
Loses just Andrade, no big deal.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Casey. Please bring back the timeline videos.
Hey, yes. we had a timeline video all queued up. I was getting all the footage ready. Then somebody broke their pinky toe. So, hey, man,
we're trying. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. But I appreciate the love. About it too.
I love those. Basin, I'm going to North Carolina for a golf trip this next week. Mike, have you played Pinehurst or any of the surrounding courses? Any news on swing rounds? I've not played any golf in North Carolina just yet. Played golf this morning with my father at a place called Old South in Bluffton. Place absolutely slaps. It's awesome. Tremendous. Any news on swing rounds? No, there is no news on swing rounds, but we'll work. It's not dead and buried. I'll say that. We're just trying to figure out when we're going to do the next one. But I will say I've talked to a lot of fighters who are all very interested in doing things. And it seems daily I see a new fighter that I didn't expect to be on the golf course playing golf on social media. Derek Lewis playing golf today, I saw on Instagram, which gave me I smiled the biggest smile when I saw that. I'm like, I have to go to Houston and play golf with Derek Lewis. It just has to happen.
Oh, don't go till October. It's 2,000 degrees there. But
yeah, I'm not going today. Yeah, good little September, October trip. Maybe December. Who knows? Maybe we'll go there a few days early and before Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or something. We'll take a trip to Houston.
You know, in general, just I just love seeing fighters do things that aren't fighting. In general, I think
Yeah.
it's always I mean, if golf's your thing, golf's great, but I would love to see me and Derek Lewis play some badminton. I would love that.
Yeah. That would
Just
be
whatever.
tremendous.
So
Yeah.
it's just I
I'd like to
love
do
seeing
golf.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do golf with. We did one. I did play golf with Chris Weidman. We never released that one. It was just a lot happening. So we're Weidman and Wonder Boy. We're trying to do something. I know Anik wants to do it. There's a whole bunch of fighters who want to do it. So Michael Chandler wants to do it. It's just a matter of timing. And obviously, Chandler's got a million things going on right now. He's trying to, get a bag of money. And
does
not play
Chandler
golf
have a
with
million
me.
things going on? Because I don't think Chandler has anything going on. To be honest,
He's trying.
He's trying.
The man's a trier.
He's got
a trier.
everything going on and nothing going on.
Yeah. I would love to do swing rounds as much as possible. So it's a logistical thing. We're going to try and do it as much as we can.
All right,
A1 Buds, wouldn't the Francis-sized duck be a super jacked ostrich? It's just, that's just so scary, man. Imagine just walking out of your house, going for an early morning jog, and you just see Francis Ngannou-sized duck or ostrich sitting out next to your car.
and you gotta fight it. Like, oh man, no way.
You could easily soccer kick a duck-sized Francis's all day. Franks.
Yeah. People say
there's a lot coming at you, man.
Yeah.
There's 10 of them.
Yeah, and they're going to strategize. They're working together. They're synced up. They're not just one at a time. They're flanking you. So yeah. Calm down, Dylan. Calm down. Ain't that easy. Ain't that easy.
I love how this has inspired such incredible conversation.
For some reason I'm defending the little tiny Francis. Like, oh, they'll get you. No way. You think you can kick them all? No.
You can't get all the little frags. It ain't happening.
I'm gonna hype him now. I don't know why.
So funny. Zeno, thank you. How many roses would it take to beat Francis?
Ooh, how many?
God.
I think 3.
3 was the first number I thought of.
Yeah, I'm going 3.
Yeah, I think 3's the correct answer.
Yeah, I'm going 3.
Yeah. Fatima Klein time tonight. The Archangel rises. Yes, Fatima Klein making her UFC debut against Jasmine Jasudavicius. It's a good fight.
What is Jasmine coming off
was
a
all week.
Loss? Oh, she's coming off a win. Okay.
No, she's coming off a win.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, I was thinking just because
Jasmine's the favorite now. But Fatima opened as like a -160 favorite. I was shocked by that. I was talking to Fatima's manager, the great Oren Hodak of KO Reps, and he had asked me, he's like, "What do you think the opening line is going to be on that fight?" And I was like, this ain't my forte. I was like, but I would say Jasmine's going to be like the -200 favorite to open because, she's been in the UFC for a hot minute. She was a -170 favorite against Viviane Araújo. As much as I think people view Fatima as someone who's going to do really well in the sport, I don't know if they're going to favor her too much. And then Fatima opened as a -160. I could not believe it. The line's flipped, obviously, now. Jasmine's the slight favorite at -135. But this, to me, just a spoiler alert, this is my pick for fight of the night. This will be my pick for fight of the night.
So is Klein now officially a 25er? Because I'm looking at it. When she fought in Invicta, she fought actually in Denver for Invicta, and she had a decision victory at strawweight there. So I don't know too much about her, to be honest.
She's a 2-division champion for CFFC.
Okay. So she left Invicta before she fought for any belts? So because she was 4-0
she's been with CFFC for a while, yeah.
Okay.
She won both. Yeah, she won the the flyweight title and the strawweight title. But she's good. She was supposed to fight on the Contender Series. There are certain fighters where I understand the UFC's business practices. It's very rare that they just straight up sign new talents without going through one of their shows or without a short notice opportunity. But Fatima Klein is one of the best prospects in the sport. She's just ruthless in there, man. She is so fun to watch. She reminds me a lot, honestly, of Jasmine when Jasmine was coming up through the ranks. Jasmine's just such a dog, man. She comes right after you. It's just, I mean, the vicious thing is for real, and Fatima is very similar to her. So that's why I think this fight's gonna be so fun, so fun.
Yeah,
Love it.
tough fight for Jasmine to take. I mean, considering I feel like she's doing pretty good, and they're basically giving her a highly touted prospect, which not ranked. She's taking a big. She has a very tough opponent, but the opponent doesn't have any sort of ranking right now, so it's just a tough fight for Jasmine. But I like the fight, but risky fight, but she took it.
What if Tracy couldn't, like, what if Tracy was like, nah, like it's too soon to do a 5-rounder? Do you think Jasmine would have been the next call since she was already on the card to fight Rose?
It would make sense. I would
She's
think.
the only other ranked flyweight on the card.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So
I
love this fight.
Or actually Miranda, maybe Miranda. Or I mean, whatever. I don't
He's
know.
Rose's teammate though. But
yeah, you're right. Corrections.
But Rose did say in the MMA hour, like there
They're
were talks about maybe doing it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fight's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun because that's what these fight nights are good for. I mean, especially because these are how kind of like, especially on the road outside the Apex, all of a sudden you got names. People create names on these cards, and maybe Klein might be one of those. Maybe Van might be one of those. So who else? Who else do you think are kind of break out? Maybe Santos, kind of.
I'm very happy Montel Jackson is fighting tonight. Anyone who has been listening to me talk about the bantamweight division, Montel Jackson's been sort of my dark horse sleeper for years. I mean, since 2018, I'm telling you, this guy is a top 5. This guy is top 5 potential, but he just doesn't fight. You just never see him. It's unfortunate, but he is fighting tonight. I'm very excited.
Yeah, and he's a guy that he would never do the thing on the mic. That's just not him, So
no, he's not that guy.
Which is good. We don't want him to fake it, but So, unfortunately for him, he has to move up. Everything he does has to be in the cage.
Yeah.
Which is almost the hardest way to move up the ladder in the UFC.
For sure.
Let me see.
Any more super chats?
No more super chats. Super chats.
We'll take a couple more, and then we'll go to the picks.
I kind of like
Cortez by robbery decision.
I could see that with Cortez's fighting style, and maybe her perceived lack of strength at 25, where I could see where Cortez might get a lot of clenching, pushing against the cage for like 3.5 minutes. But Rose is doing the damage, but the judge is just like, well, I think Cortez. I could see Cortez not easily, but winning a decision like that, where like she just kind of gets positional control, doesn't really no damage, maybe a few submission attempts, some little ground and pound, but just depending on the judges. But I can see that.
So Tracy, from a betting perspective, is a plus 195 underdog right now. Cortez by decision is plus 250.
What's that?
And I kind of think if like she wins, she's gonna win by decision. So
yeah. What's Cortez by Cortez by knockout? What's that line?
Oh God. Let me see.
It's gotta be over 800, 750.
Let's see. Winning method. Tracy Cortez by knockout plus 2,000.
2,000. Wow.
Yeah.
I was going
Cortez
down.
by submission. Cortez by submission plus 1,400. Rose by KO, TKO plus 450. Rose by sub plus 750.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think this fight's going. I don't think that fight's going to the cards. Forrest Annis, do you think Dober versus Silva should have been the co-main event, not the seniors division?
Dang, Forrest. Why are you hating?
Um,
I think Dober and Silva should have been the
I mean, it's
co-main.
the feature. Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it's not really a co-main. It's just
one fight.
the fight before the
Yeah.
main event. It's not really a co-main. Penultimate fight.
I think both those fights are going to get finished. That fight's not. Neither of those two fights are going to the card, so I don't think it matters. So, but yeah, Dober Silva like probably deserves the prominent positioning, but it's still the featured bout, and it's the one everybody's still talking about. So I think it's fine. If Silva wins, do you think you should stay at lightweight considering you missed weight recently? He can kind of do what he wants if he beats Drew Dober. That's pretty good. But man, a lot of people just sleeping on good old DD heading into this fight, which is pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, that fight's just gonna rule. I mean, it might not be fight of the night, but it's getting a bonus somehow. Someone's getting a bonus, either fight of the night or whoever gets finished or whoever does the knocking out. But if Silva finishes Dober, like, maybe like he is kind of the breakout star of this card because he's got the personality.
Possible.
He's got
Anything else? Go to picks. Question of the panel, if they even care. Who do you got in the football? In the Copa, Argentina, or Colombia, in the Euros, España, or England? I did say if they even cared. Not my bag.
Yeah. There is an MMA show. It lasts an hour, so every Monday and Wednesday on the Vox Media Network, and they talk about this all the time. And when they talk about it, I just kind of go, okay, I'm gonna work on my expenses now, or something.
Yes.
I'm like, that's them. If you're into it, you're into it. But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Never been my.
I'm not down on anybody who's into it.
Yeah.
But it's just not. I'm not one of those.
And last question before we go to picks.
Mike, my local Dunkin' is closing for renovations this week. I'm gutted. Gonna lose my rewards point streak and everything. Yes. Is that the only one in town? Is that the only one? How far are you willing to drive to keep that streak alive? Because I'd be willing to drive a decent distance. I'd go 15 miles. I'd go 12. I'd go 15 miles. I would do it to keep that streak alive. Question is, Michael, are you willing to do that?
All right. Thank you much. Thank you for the questions and comments, everybody.
All right. By the way, before we go to predictions, this might surprise all of you. Maybe not. I'm picking a finish in every single main card fight. So I'm just letting you know. There will be a finish in every single main card fight. Do you have bonus predictions, Casey?
Dober, Gene Silva will. Oh, is it going to be. What did I pick? What's my actual pick? I'm going to go fight of the night for Dober Silva. I'm going. Just a giveaway. I'm going performance bonus for Rose. And I will go a performance bonus for Mr. Christian Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
Because Julian Rosa is a get or got type fighter, not because I think
he's that guy.
He's that guy.
Jasovicius Klein fight of the night. Cody Brundage gets a bonus.
Oh, Cody.
Because I think he's going to get got real good in the first round, but not all the way got. And I think he gets a comeback submission in round 2. Other bonus. Man, it's either going to be Dover or Rose. I'll go Rose. Brundage and Rose for performance bonuses. All right, let's go to the main card picks, and we'll get on out of here. We'll begin with the middleweights. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, the minus 180 favorite. Comeback on Cody Brundage, plus 150. I already gave my pick. Cody Brundage, comeback, second round submission, gets it done because if ARA doesn't get it Cody out in the first round, you should live bet the crap out of Cody Brundage.
Cody Brundage loses the first round, dominates the next 2 rounds, and wins a 29-27 decision.
Damn. Okay. All right. Let's go to the featherweight division. Christian Rodriguez, the minus 245 favorite to come back on Julian Erosa, plus 200. I have Christian Rodriguez getting a finish as well. Round 2, KO. It would not shock me if Julian Erosa goes out and wins this fight. It would not surprise me, but I think Christian Rodriguez, I don't think Christian has to go bananas to get the knockout here. I just think he has to land like one really clean shot, and I think he'll find it at some point. But that fight's going to be really fun to watch.
It's going to be a hell of a scrap until Christian Rodriguez gets the knockout in the first round.
Oh, okay. Let's go to Gabriel Bonfim, minus 355 favorite to come back on Angelosa is plus 280. I got to tell you, Casey, from a betting perspective, if I was actually betting on this card, I would put a bet on Angelosa, just because I think that line is ridiculous.
The line is
Having
off.
said that,
for sure.
It would be a strict value play. I think people are just kind of still caught up in the whole Brian Battle, he quit thing that Michael Bisping put out there, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And Dominic Cruz did as well. He gets some blame as well. Having said that, the pick is Bonfim by submission, round 3, in a fight that I think Angelos is going to be like, see, I'm not that big of an underdog. I didn't win, but I was much more competitive than you thought I would be.
I think the line is off, but I am picking Bonfim submission round 1.
Let's go to the featured bout. Drew Dober, Gian Silva. Fight is going to be absolutely rule. Pretty much coin flip. Gian Silva minus 115. Drew Dober plus 105 or minus 105. Pick for me is Drew Dober. KO round 2. I understand why everyone likes Gian Silva. I get it. Dude's fun. He's electric. But Drew Dober has been in there with literally everybody. He's been hit by the biggest hitters. Dude's been in there from everybody from Terrence McKinney to Islam Makhachev. Like all the way down the line. He's been in there with absolutely everybody. And my pick is Dober. KO round 2. Survives an onslaught in round 1. Wins. It's going to be 7 minutes of hell. And I can't wait for it.
I do believe Dober will have a tough first round, but he will get out of it, and he will win a very fun fight of the night decision. Silva, short notice, undersized, fighting at elevation. Dober has trained and been at this weight class for years now, so everything's leaning toward Dober, but it will be a heck of a fun fight.
Co-main, Santiago Ponzinibbio, the minus 175 favorite to come back on Muslim Salkov, plus 145. What's the pick for the co-main, Casey?
Ponzi, second round KO. I think this will be the last fight we're going to see a Muslim in the UFC. He's 40 years old. I think he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Right? 3-fight? Yeah, so it'd be 4 fights. Like he's not a big name. 40 years old. So I think this fight is set up for Santiago to look good. And he will, so what I say, second round KO.
He's lost 2 in a row and 3 of 4. Let me see I think Ponzi's the same. Yeah, he's lost 3 of 4.
I think Ponzi's a tougher competition, I think.
Yes. Ponzi lost during his losing, Jeff Neal, Michelle Pereira, beat Alex Morono, and got knocked out by Kevin Holland. I didn't like the stoppage in the Morono fight either, by the way. Ponzi schemes the pick for me. Round 3 for the... he's got a cool... I didn't know his nickname was the Argentine Dagger. Very cool for Ponzinibbio. I think Ponzi gets it done, and it's just going to be a fight that happens, and then Ponzi eventually gets him out of there. Main event of the evening, Rose Namajunas, the minus 238 favorite, comeback on Tracy Cortez, plus 195. Pick for me, Rose, KO or TKO, round 4.
Rose Namajunas shows off why she is Rose Namajunas, and she will, after maybe losing the first round, but not taking any damage, but she might lose the first round, she will get a TKO stoppage on the ground and pound, round 2. That is my pick.
There you have it. Apparently, the card hasn't even started yet, but
Oh,
we're still going to get on out of here. Hit the music. We're done. But the good news is we'll be back afterwards. We'll react to it all. I believe New York Rick will join us. Jose may join us as well. It's going to be a late night party following UFC Denver. Thank you, Casey. Thank you to all of you who asked questions. Shout out to all the super chatters. So much coffee thanks to you this week from Dunkin' Donuts. So for Casey, I am Mike Heck. Yes, I'm about to pop one of those open myself. I am Mike Heck. Enjoy, everybody. We'll see you later on tonight.
bye.
Bye-bye.